Edip Tac with Rebus, built by Longbow Advantage. So generative AI in the supply chain is kind of, I know AI has been a hot topic recently, especially with some of the GPTs coming out. It's kind of the next big thing that everybody wants to talk about. The way we addressed AI was more of not a checkbox that we're going to do, but purpose-built to be able to actually fill in a demand and request that we have in the supply chain. So working with our clients, getting feedback from real people doing the actual day-to-day tasks of being the supply chain. What were you looking for? What are you hoping to get out of the tool? What is it that really currently is a pain point that you want to look at? And we arrived at some of the main disruptors being, we don't know what's going to happen. We need a little bit more access to insight into how we can forecast the data that's coming out of our systems. So forecasting being, I don't necessarily say planning, but it's one of the biggest challenges that we've seen out there that we think AI can fill a really, really good point on. So that's where we started with our even AI trend forecasting. We call it trend forecasting because I don't like pigeonholing ourselves into one particular niche saying we're going to do labor and that exclusively. It's such a flexible platform for us to kind of lay with the foundation on that we took with anything that's a date time series that can have a quantity associated with it. We wanted to be able to kind of build upon it. I'm not the technical guy that can talk to the algorithm or anything underneath it, but having experience implementing it and working with clients in the warehouse, what we wanted to go ahead and see is, can you forecast how many shipments I'm going to have that are coming in there? Can you help me forecast how many replenishments I need to do to be able to actually accommodate all those orders that will be coming out there? So that's where we see a very, very good use case of being able to give your site, here's traditionally how you've actually been conducting your operations. These are the patterns that our algorithm has detected in your operations. So you should prepare to kind of go ahead and account for more shipments or less shipments, but more replenishments for the peak and shipments that are going to be coming down a little bit more down the line. So personally, what I see is filling in some of the gaps of a lot of exhaustive manual reporting from combining several different solutions together to get a little bit more insight into what's going to be tomorrow, what's going to be next week, what's going to be next month. Instead, I think there's a very, very strong use case for us to be able to go in there, leverage the AI to be able to fill in those gaps of making a lot smarter and quicker decisions for you to be able to be more proactive rather than reactive to some of the supply chain disruptions that we've been seeing, especially in the last couple of years.